Hey, True Believers England teen here with a review of Batman Catwoman. I don't know where to put this. Should I put it in Bad Comic Beatdown or should I put this in the Christmas comics because it is a Christmas comic? I think I'm going to put this in Christmas comic and just review it like I would one of those books. First of all, let's talk about the fact that Clayman does the art. The man is a gorgeous artist. I love the way this book looks. It really does have a great feel to it. It really deserves, and it looks like it's begging for a better writer, to tell you the truth. So this is kind of an odd duck. It takes place in the same universe as what? Mask of the Phantasm, as well as Earth 2, where we have Batman and Catwoman together, and they've given birth to Huntress and all that, because she's mentioned in here as well. I appreciate them trying to bring the Phantasm into things, and Andrea Beaumont and all that. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. That's about all I can say about this, by the way. I hate this little thing where he's talking about Alfred and everything, and just I don't know. I just hate the whole point that they killed Alfred. It's ridiculous. And him walking in on them having sex. But that's not even the worst part. There is a scene later that comes up where they're like, oh, I've got to go fight the Joker, and I've got to go fight screw it. Let's just do it on the roof. Well, here's another problem with the book, and you'll notice it as I'm talking here. It really looks like Tom King wants to be a movie writer. So he's writing in scenes. And when you're doing stuff, in order to keep the audience going, you flip from one set of characters to the next. You have plot A, plot B. So your plot A is the main one that you're following, right? Plot B, of course, is your supporting characters, so forth and so on. But this instead is going from modern day to future tense to past. And this is the sex scene I was telling you about. What a ridiculous thing. Because while they're doing that, it's they're speaking, but they're not really finishing sentences. And I'm like, no, you got to be a little bit more precise with your dialogue, Tom. You freaking moron. I get it. He did Vision and all that kind of stuff. And everybody went crazy because, oh my gosh, isn't he so deep? No. After a while, we saw a shtick. No, you're not. No, you're not. So Selina's talking to this old man, by the way. And yes, I know I lost my train of thought before I started talking about the sex scene. But Selina's talking to this old man, by the way, as if it's somebody we all know. Not a big surprise there, by the way. And they do this little thing here it's a diversion. Where it's like, oh, wait a second. It could be this alligator guy, right? But as I was saying, by the way, the main problem with this story is they're bouncing from future to past and the whole nine yards, but there's no real there's no real segue between storylines. So it honestly looks like Clayman decided he was going to draw sequential art and tell a story, but somewhere along the lines he was rushing with his pages, and then hit an intern. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. And they had to pick up all the pages, so they were all mixed together. And they just gave those pages away and said, this is the story. And Tom King just laid his words down anyway, no matter if they made sense or not. That's the way this entire comic book feels. There's no coherency to it. It's a big mess. It's like 2-page little, doesn't this dialogue sound awesome kind of thing. But okay, maybe if you were doing a 2-page story, but since you want to do a book-long narrative, you actually have to have a narrative. And at the end, they try to come together with something. They try to come together and say, ha, this was the real meaning, and aren't we awesome about this? Except no, by that time it's like, oh God, you took so long to reveal what we already freaking knew. All right, sorry, but you're trying to get us to go in different directions with the old man that Selina's talking about. It's obvious it's the freaking Joker. All right, you have too many pages like this where you go from the Joker and Catwoman to talking to the old man and Catwoman talking. So you kind of gave it up. You kind of gave it up already, and it's ridiculous. And Andrea Beaumont's kid is killed by the Joker, so you've got the Phantasm, or at least the daughter of the Phantasm, wanting to wanting to go after him. It's a ridiculous book. I'm sorry, but my goodness gracious, it reminded me of this Wayne's character in what was that? The Living Color, where he would sit there and he would write a note using big words, but they were the wrong big words, so it ended up making no sense. That's what this book is. It's Tom King wanting to be so deep. Unfortunately, in reality, he's about as deep as a Dixie cup, and what ends up happening is it's like somebody writing over their own heads. I've never seen this before, Tom King, but that is the best way I could say it. Tom King writes over his own head, and what should be deep, what should be clever, and all that kind of stuff just comes to be stupid and ignorant. Unfortunately, though, it's a beautiful book to look at. Clayman, you deserve a better writer. I get it. For some reason, Tom King sells comics, but holy crap, I feel for you, man, because somewhere out there is your Watchmen. It's your Dark Knight. It's just not going to be with Tom King. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you haven't done it already. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, going over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi, links in the description below. Drop $1 in the till. This is the way we're trying to make a living. So I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.